Howdy everyone, your pal Ral, here with my next Let's Play of a remastered version of a classic game, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time 3D. This version of the game, I feel, is the definitive version of the game. It adds a lot of quality of life differences and improves on the graphics of the game while still retaining the feel of the original version. Ocarina of Time, it wasn't the first 3D Zelda game I played, which might be why I think that, and I don't have the nostalgia of the people that have played the original, but I do still have fond memories of playing through Ocarina of Time, and I can't wait to play through this game again. It's been a while since I've done a Zelda game on the channel, let alone the 3D one, but I'm excited. And also, this is my first time doing a 3DS game, so that's another reason for me to be excited. Trying out new things on the channel. But without further ado, it's time to start our adventure. So, let's go! In the vast deep forest of Hyrule, long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. Navi, Navi, where art thou? Come hither. O Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it? The climate of evil descending upon this realm. Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But before this tremendous evil, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now, find our young friend, and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly. The fate of the forest, nay, the world, depends upon thee. Hello? Link, wake up! The great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Link, get up! Hey, come on! Can Hyrule's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy? You finally woke up. I'm Navi, the fairy. The great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. the Great Deku Tree has summoned you. So, let's get going. Right now. And with that wake-up call, it's time for our journey to begin. And right off the bat, I just want to say I'm really excited to be playing through Ocarina of Time 3D. It's going to be a fun journey, but yeah, without further ado, let's go see the Deku Tree without haste, or with haste, whatever. And this is our home, the Kokiri Forest. And there's someone here to greet us. Cool. Yahoo! Hi, Link. That's not what you sound like. I don't know what you're supposed to sound like. But, yeah, this here is... Okay. This is our home. The Kokiri Forest. And that little cutscene of Navi flying, that's basically showing what... Well, when this game came out on the Nintendo 64, that's basically showing... Ooh, look at the fancy 3D graphics, because this was the first 3D Zelda game, and it was revolutionary at the time. Anyways, you. Wow, a fairy. Finally, a fairy came to you, Link. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Now you're a true Kokiri, Link, because apparently if you don't have a fairy, you're not a true Kokiri. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. So, this person right here is... Saria. That's one of Link's friends. Anyways, yeah, our name is Link. I don't think I mentioned that, but yep, you have the option to name the character whatever you want, but I went with the default name Link because that's his default name. It's what he's recognized as. Anyways, right over here is where the Great Deku Tree is, and if you take a look at the sign, yep, that's where his meadow is. So, what do you want? Hey you, Mr. No Fairy, what's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. What? You've got a fairy? Say what? The Great Deku Tree actually summoned you? What? Why would he summon you and not the Great Mido? This isn't funny. I don't believe it. You aren't even fully equipped yet. Well, what about you? You don't look like you're equipped. How do you think you're gonna help the Great Deku Tree without both a sword and shield ready? What? You're right. I don't have my equipment ready, but if you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and a shield. Sheesh. Anyways, since this Mido person is being a jerk to us, let's talk about the controls for a bit. So this here, this is the stepping stones. This is going to tell you how to basically jump. Just run into the edge of a place, and you jump automatically. And our reward for doing so is 5 rupees, which is the currency of the game. Speaking of which, let's talk about what's on the bottom screen here. So, the bottom screen, right here, the top has our hearts. Our hearts is how much health we have. Then this, the 5 here, that's how much currency we have. That's how many rupees we have. And if we tap this fairy icon here, that lets us talk to Navi. And whenever Navi's name starts flashing on the top screen, that basically means Navi has something to tell us. The Great Deku Tree has summoned you. Please come with me. And that changes to a view icon, which you can use to just go into first person, take a look around. You can use the control stick, you can rotate the 3DS, because there's gyro controls. But I'll talk more about that later. Anyways, back onto the bottom screen. The main big thing here is that there's a map, though there really isn't much on the map right now. This flashing dot shows where we are, and we're in the Kokiri Forest. We don't get to see a full map of it down here, but we get to see it on the top screen, so yeah. Anyways, there's gear. There's really not much to show here. We have the Kokiri tunic. The other things I will explain as they come along. And then, items. We don't have any items either, but again, I can talk about that more as we come along. But yeah. And also, back to the top screen, there's the map of where we are is right there in the bottom left. Anyways, let's talk to you, because we need to find some shields and swords. A by the stone, pick it up. Yep. We can pick up things like rocks and then throw them. And you want to do this because sometimes these rocks will have money. Rupees. one green rupee, or a green rupee is just 1 rupee, while that blue one that we got before is 5 rupees. And wow, we're not getting anything here. Okay then. Thanks. You're gonna want to collect money as much as you can at this point in the game, because... yeah, anyways, let's do that. There's 5 rupees right there. And... ooh, there's 5 rupees up there as well. So let's just go around. And yeah, this basically... This place of ours, the Kokiri Forest, it basically serves as a tutorial for you, because again, first 3D Zelda game, you need to learn what you're doing. Anyways, if you press the A button, you can roll. There's 5 rupees right here. Came all the way up here. You're a real man. I'm just a kid. But yeah, this Kokiri here is telling you that you can just go into first person mode and take a look at everything. Which, sure, why not? Let's do that. This place is nice. And if you press the L button, that centers the camera right behind you. Very helpful thing to do, because you can't really rotate the camera behind you. That's not a thing that was in this game, but is in future Zelda games. But again, first 3D Zelda game. Anyways, if you go over here to towards this place, this Kokiri is going to talk to you. Look over here with L and talk to me with A. So, wherever Navi flies to, press the L button to lock onto it, or whatever Navi is flying towards, and you can interact with it depending on what it is. In this case, it's another Kokiri. Yes, that's how you use a fairy. It's so great that you finally have a fairy partner. I'll teach you how to talk to people using your fairy. When a fairy flies near a person or a thing, press L to look in that direction, and then, yeah, that's L targeting. In the Nintendo 64 version, it's called Z targeting. When you have nothing that you can target, you just press L to center the camera behind you. But yeah, this building here, it's the shop. We're not going to go in there just yet. We're just going to do some more exploring. Also, we can swim. Just move the control stick around to spin, press A to dive underwater. Not really useful right now, but it's there. This place here is the House of the Twins. Okay, then. We can also pick up their pottery. And rob them of their money. And, ooh, 5 rupees. I'm not going to be talking to everyone, just because, yeah. And, oh, yeah, this person here mentions that red rupees are worth 20, which is always a good thing. I don't think we're going to be coming across any red rupees right now, but it's there. The info is there for us. This here is Saria's house. Saria is the person that was greeting us as we left our house. And this, actually, these are hearts. Whenever we take damage, we can use these to heal up. That's it? That's all that's here? Okay. Anyways, when you're moving around, rolling is generally the preferred way to just go faster. Because there's that. Also, there's rupees hidden here in the grass. Yeah. Anyways, this house here that we were near before, this is the house of the Great Mito, boss of the Kokiri. Wow. You have a stick up your butt, but whatever. We're just gonna rob you. Let's just open up these treasure chests because there's things. Like blue rupees. We're taking all of Mito's money. Okay then. Ooh, recovery heart. Even though I'm already at full health, not like it matters. And a green rupee to top things off. Almost there. Almost to our goal of getting to... well, I didn't say what our goal was, but we're actually getting really close to how much money I want to have. Does that blue rupee respawn? No. Okay then, fine. I guess I'll just break this rock right here. Aw, crap. Did it... okay, never mind. I was gonna say, like... if a rupee, like, spawned up top there, that would've sucked. Anyways, this thing right here, I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but this is a thing that is exclusive to the 3DS version. If we crawl... or, okay, these are Sheikah stones. Great Dicketry said they help people who are lost or troubled to find their way. This is basically the hint system. This gives us hints, but I'm not gonna rely on that. We can't crawl in this game. I thought I remember we could, but I might be thinking of other Zelda games where we could crawl. Anyways, money. I need money. There's a rock right up here. Oh, that's a lot of money. And you're not gonna let us leave, right? The Great Deku Tree said that if we Kokiri ever leave these woods, we'll die. Okay. Anyways, the reason why you want to gather rupees is because you want to have at least 40 rupees when you enter the shop. And there's another 5 rupees from going on those stepping stones again. Actually, if I remember correctly, I think you could find some rupees here. Yeah. Anyways, let's talk to you. The shop, it's all these things you can get in the forest for free. You know how to use a Deku Shield? Yes, I do. But we'll talk about that once we buy one. Because Mito wants us to buy one. Anyways, let's actually talk to you. We sell shields, but not swords. Yes, they also sell things like Deku Seeds, arrows, which we can't use because we don't have a bow. We can't even use seeds either because we don't have a slingshot. Deku Nuts, which stun enemies. Deku Sticks, which we can use as a weapon. But what we want here is the shield, which we can defend with the R button. But it's a wooden shield, so if it gets caught on fire, it's going to burn. So, yep. Let's equip the Deku Shield. So, I don't have anything, or any money to buy anything else. Anyways, back to the bottom screen. If we touch the gear button, now we have our Deku Shield. A child-sized wooden shield. And just to equip it, just press A on it, or tap it, whatever. And now we have it! Nifty. Press the R button to shield with it. And yeah, that's how we use a shield. We can defend ourselves now. And if we press the L button, we can have the camera behind us and always have our shield in front of us like that by pressing the R button. That could come in handy at some points, but sometimes I forget that the shield is a thing. But that's just me. And now, right over here, this is the Forest Training Center. Don't recklessly cut signs. Read them carefully. Okay. And the House of the Know-It-All Brothers. Sure. You can help us out. I don't need to know about the icons on the screen. I kind of went over those, and I'll go over those as necessary. If you want to learn about the map, I know how the map works, and I know how items work. Again, I can talk about that stuff later, and I know how to use the camera. Okay, thanks though. Anyways, yes, the Force Training Center. It's just a small little maze. Thrust attacks. We don't have a sword yet. Again, we don't have a sword. Oh, this just tells us about selecting different targets if there's multiple things to target. Yeah. Just repeatedly press the L button to target, and press it again to switch your target. Now, there are different modes that you can do where you can just press the L button and automatically lock on, or you can have it set to have the game lock onto whatever target it is by holding the button. I prefer holding the button for targeting, but that's just me. And what about you? What do you have to say? Hey, let's work on some moves. To jump sideways while L targeting, press A as you move right or left. Yes. So, yeah. When we're targeting something, we can just move side to side and then press the A button to jump. Or we could do backflips, which I think I did show off a backflip, and we got money for doing that. Okay, then. Anyways, let's go inside this hole here. I didn't even read what that sign was, but you know what? That's fine. This hole here is going to lead to a little bit of a hidden area. Viewpoint with L targeting. When you have no object to look at, you can just look forward with L, which comes in handy. Now let's just grab that money right over there. There's a boulder right here that just changes directions of its own accord. I don't know how it does that, but you know what? That's fine. And right over here is an item. A treasure chest. Let's open it. And we got the Kokiri sword. Yep, now we have a sword of ours. But we can borrow it. Where it's not ours technically. Be sure to practice with it before you really fight. And it's not even equipped. Let's equip it. And there you go. So now we have a sword. So when you have your sword equipped, you press the B button to swing it. If you're holding the L button, you do a vertical slash, I think that's what it is. Press the A button to do a jump attack. That's basically it. That's all we need to know. Actually, I don't think... Can we? Yes, if we hold the B button, we do a spin attack once we release it. Or we could alternatively rotate the control pad, stick, whatever. But yeah, now we have a sword. Let's try cutting things as practice. So we can cut signs recklessly. I mean, I already read them, so I don't need to do that again. And of course, cutting grass, which is what we're meant to do with it. Now, the range of this sword, I don't like it, but then again, it's the first sword that you can get in this game. And, I mean, look at us, we're a kid. I don't think we can handle anything bigger than this, but still, we'll have to make do with it. Anyways, let's go see Mito now that we have both a sword and a shield. Okay, if you want to see the Great Deku Tree, I have all that stuff. What's that? Oh, you have a Deku Shield. And what's that? Is that the Kokiri sword? Good grief. Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp, huh? I, the Great Mito, will never accept you as one of us. Shoot, how did you get to be the favorite of Saria and the Great Deku Tree, huh? Well, sorry about that, but... You're a jerk. Anyways... Just continue going over here. And we have some enemies here. So, Navi here, once we lock onto an enemy, Navi can tell us about these enemies. These are Dekubabas, though it looks withered, they will hurt you if you touch it. Yep, she basically tells you about the enemies in this game. And when we defeat a Dekubaba, they drop Deku Sticks. Tap on the lower screen. Okay, but first, let's just get rid of this. And are there any other enemies? No. Okay, well, anyways, to show off equipping different items, let's... Oh, you respawn. I didn't know that, actually. Anyways, let's, before we go talk to the Great Deku Tree right there, even though we're supposed to be there as fast as possible, let's go into the item screen. And as you can see, we have 5 Deku Sticks. So, the way you use items in this game is you move them, you tap the item, and then you just select it over into one of these 4 different buttons. So, there's the X and Y button, which we can use here, or these 2 touchscreen buttons, number 1 and number 2. So we can equip up to 4 different items, which is different than the original version of this game, where you can only do 3 buttons, which is like the... I think it's like C left and right and C down? Or is it C up? One of those. I don't know. But, yeah. And, you know, I'm gonna move the Deku Stick over to the X button. So, whenever we press the X button, we whip out our Deku Stick. And the Deku Stick is actually... I believe it's stronger than the Kokiri sword, but whenever we use it, the stick breaks. Like whenever we hit something with it. Let me hit this. You know what? Fine. Whatever. You know what? No, let's do this. Really? You know what? Screw you. I'll show it off later. Let's talk to you. Great Deku Tree, I'm back! Oh, Navi, thou hast returned. I don't know what voice I'm using for this tree. Link, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Deku Tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily, thou hast felt it. Link, the time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need thee to break the curse with thy wisdom and courage. Dost thou have courage enough to undertake this task? Yeah, sure. Then enter, brave Link, and thou too, Navi. Navi the fairy, thou must aid Link. And Link, when Navi speaks, use her button to listen well to her words of wisdom. Well, we have our next objective. We need to go, I guess, free the Great Deku Tree from whatever is cursing him. I wonder. See, yup. See, you can break Deku Stick. Sorry for hitting your base. Oh, Great Deku Tree, but yeah. Anyways, with that done, that's pretty much it for this first episode of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D. Because, ooh, 3D. Anyways, I just want to mention before I end things off, this is my first time doing an LP of a 3DS game, so things are going to be a bit rough. I'm still figuring things out, but it's a learning process along the way, and I felt that this game would be a good way to learn how to handle recording, editing 3DS content. So, yeah, with that done, we got our journey started. We did tutorials. And yeah, our next objective is to go inside the Great Deku Tree. Actually, you know what? Let's go in. Let's go in. Just because. There we go. This is inside the Deku Tree. Our first dungeon. But again, I'm ending it off here. So, next time on The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D, we're gonna go explore the inside of the Great Deku Tree and maybe free him from his curse. But again, we'll save that for next time. So thank you all so much for watching, and see y'all next time for some more The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D. Later!